Hi friends, welcome back to Feni for the Soul. I am in this lovely quiet village called Betalbatim in Betalbati in South Goa, and in front of this lovely house, it's a mud house constructed by Andrea and Rohit, a young couple. They're former journalists and now foodies who run something called the Rome Supper Club. So we have come to the Rome Supper Club actually for a Sri Lankan meal today, Saturday. So this is their lovely home that they constructed 5 years ago, and it's called Mariposa, and they're beautiful, nice name. The home is typically Goan heritage style, in terms of the windows and doors and all. There is no AC in the house, tall ceilings, as I'll show you. And this is the back entrance. This is the back entrance, very leafy. There it is, and this is the back entrance. This is how showing you more of the beautiful house. So it's like I said, it's a mud house completely, no concrete, no steel, mud and wood. Fascinating. These are all the guests, and this is their, this is a balcony, as we call, balcony in Goa, a balcony or a balcony, very made traditionally. They don't have those small seats, the pules as we call it. No pules here, but lovely balcony.
I know some of you have said that you have actually eaten Sri Lankan food, but this is a feast actually. So if you go to most of the rice and curry places in Sri Lanka, you will get something very similar. And so we have, as I said, with most of the Rome Supper Club lunches that we do here, we try to recreate some of those experiences. So this is a very typical Sri Lankan experience. So let's start off with the fish cutlets. So these are made with mackerels and tuna. And very typical Sri Lankan, a bit spicy. Everything here is very spicy. So just be warned. So this is malung, which is a very typical Sri Lankan, I would say it's like an accompaniment to the meal. Usually made with a whole bunch of garden leaves. So in our case, we have tree spinach growing in our garden, and there is the insulin ginger, which is a plant that grows quite widely in Goa as well, and there's also passion flower leaves, all edible by the way. And not very spicy. Bol sambol, this is there in every meal. It's ubiquitous Sri Lankan food. It's a spicy mix of coconut and chilies and onion and ginger. Sini sambol, which you will not find in many places anymore, as we found out when we went back to Colombo, is a relish of caramelized onions. So this is very special. It's one of my favorite things, and I hope you enjoy it. Vambadu moju is basically eggplant. It's an eggplant pickle, so it's pickled in mustard and since we have kokum here, it's usually tamarind, but we have kokum here, so I use kokum. So adding a little bit of local flavor to the moju. This is also very typical in Sri Lanka. It's a fried Karela salad, which I hope you enjoy, because not many people like Karela, but when they eat this, they're like, oh my god, I never knew Karela could taste this good. So yes, so please, I hope you enjoy this. And so now we have breadfruits, which are literally falling off the trees. So tender breadfruits is usually made into a curry with coconut milk, and that's what I've made. It's seasonal, so when breadfruits are out of season, you won't get this anymore. The Sri Lankan dal, or the dal curry, or the parinpu, which is what it's called in Sinhalese. It's basically dal, but it's cooked in coconut milk, so it's not like Indian dal, right? Deviled prawns. Some of you who came to the last Rasa Lanka have had this before. Super hot, super spicy, but so yummy. And this is a staple in Sri Lanka. It's weird because in Sri Lanka, most of we found this out. Just like in Goa, we have sardines and mackerels and all of these things which are literally off the waters. in Sri Lanka, you don't get many of these fish. So you get prawns and you get squids. So that is what you usually find in the restaurant. You'll find devil prawns, devil squid. But you don't really find many other fish. And even the tuna and everything, this all comes from the Maldives or further away in the ocean, which is why it's called Maldive fish. The dried tuna that you get in Sri Lanka is called Maldive fish. So yeah, there's a little bit of it in there. It's usually used as a seasoning. Then we have the Sri Lankan chicken curry, and as you can see, it's quite deadly looking. I hope it's not like as deadly as it looks. But this is made. Yeah, so this is made with roasted Sri Lankan curry powder, which we make ourselves. And then of course there's kahabat. So initially we were planning to just do plain rice because there's a lot of stuff. But so kahabat is usually not found in restaurants. It's a celebratory dish. So it's rice that's cooked in pandan, lemongrass, a few spices, and coconut. So it's a bit heavier than just eating plain rice, but I'm sure it'll be a good accompaniment to everything. So this is all very typical. You'll find this in people's homes. Probably not as big a spread, but you will have something. I was looking for them, and then I realized I might plant the tree myself.
I should be ambidextrous. I eat with both hands. Eat at the same time. Use the fish cutlet. Absolutely true.
Because she keeps saying that I have too much talent to be sitting on my house, so I need to do something with it.
So he's been talking about this for years.
Yeah, actually I have been. I'm like, oh.
So Ashwin, you were here with us for the Sri Lankan meal. What is your feedback? Have you had a Sri Lankan meal before?
I have had a Sri Lankan meal before, and this felt like I was exactly where I was when I had it the first time round, in Goa.
I like the Lankan say gal. What did you like the most in the meal
I
today?
think the thing that stood out the most was the caramelized onion sambal, because that you do not find elsewhere. Like, it is a little more rare and a little bit more reserved for homes than restaurants. And so that was a pleasure.
What about dal was unique?
I feel like what we should do is replace our dal with this dal at home, because that's how fond of it I am right now.
Yeah, because our dal never combines with coconut.
Very complimentary to our palate. So,
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You. This is the first time you're having a Sri Lankan meal?
No, I've had it. So it was like a recollection of the food that I've eaten, and I enjoyed it a lot.
What did
back
you?
a lot of memories.
Oh, nice. Where did you have the first meal? I mean, earlier Sri Lankan
In
meal.
Sri Lanka.
Oh, in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So, what did you like in today's meal, and what stood out?
The vegetable, the
The breadfruit.
no, the other green one.
Oh, the green one.
The mullang, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And of course the flavorful curry and everything. The sini sambal and the other, that's like always a good thing to have.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Tanya. So I wanted to ask you, what did you like about the Sri Lankan meal today?
I think what I liked about it was really balanced, and it was food that I wouldn't generally be able to make at home.
Yeah.
I think from the chicken curry to the kind of rice to knowing that people grow so many vegetables in their garden, I think that's what was incredible. And I'm a huge spice lover, so when it's spice, it's really nice.
Oh, great. And any dish that stood out?
For me, the vegetable mix with the coconut that had different leaves in it was really interesting, because we're usually used to your typical spinach or Malabar spinach. So to make vegetables also taste so delicious is something that's incredible.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tanya. Rohit on my left is the master chef, and Andrea. She says she's the general manager.
And my sous chef.
Sous chef, yeah.
And my
Better half.
clearer upper and everything else.
Okay, so Rohit, how did this Rome Supper Club originate? How did it come about?
So-
because you all are. Yeah, I must tell the audience that both of you are former journalists.
Yeah. So I mean, journalists, but eventually, I started writing my business and everything, but there was this one time where there was a need to go review a restaurant, and I ended up having to go. It turned out to be one of the best reviews that my editor had ever read, and she was like, "You're doing this from now. This is it." And it just comes from a long connection that I've had with cooking and food. So that's sort of like the journey of food for me. And then I've obviously worked with a lot of chefs and stuff when I was doing this work, writing about food. And the idea of roam is you're sort of roaming with your palate, you're roaming and exploring different cuisines and stories of where those cuisines have come from, the history of food, how we get certain ingredients, how we get certain types of dishes. So that was the idea behind Rome Supper Club, and also it's a way for people for fellow travelers, people with travel stories, people with food stories from their travels, to sort of roam together. So you're sort of exploring those places together. You tell stories about, oh, this place I went to. So that was kind of the idea. It was a way for us to meet new people, to make new friends, for other people to meet new friends in the place that they now call home, which is Goa.
Correct.
So that was the idea. It started out with Sri Lanka because we thought there is no Sri Lankan food available here. It's part of my heritage, and something that I know how to cook really well. So we thought, both of us were like, what do we start off with?
No, it's fascinating because, like, I want to tell the audience that you have a Sri Lankan mother and a father from Kerala.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic. Like you mentioned, very interestingly, you ate Catholic food in Sri Lanka, and you had to have pure vegetarian
in my dad's house.
Temple food in Kerala.
Yeah, so in my dad's house, it was like that. So my mom's house in Kerala was totally like, we had rabbit, we've had duck, we've had pork, beef, chicken, mutton, everything you name it. But when we went to my dad's house, it was only vegetarian food. Even egg was not allowed inside.
Take a bath in the at the well and come for khana.
Yeah, so we had to. Yeah, so there were lots of very interesting things. So I grew up in these two different households with entirely different food cuisines. And then we.
So are you also good with Malayali food? I mean Kerala cuisine.
We did Kerala food, which was
pure vegetarian.
No. So there's obviously there's a vegetarian option, but Kerala food is not entirely vegetarian.
Yeah.
So we had a very, very good Kerala lunch as well.
Wow.
Which will come. So the idea.
So let me guess. Did you have the what is it? Kerala parota and beef chili fry?
No, so we didn't have the parotas. We had the regular meals that you get in a toddy shop, which is the rice, the malosham, the dal, sambar, and a bunch of different vegetable dishes. And then we had the beef fry, we had prawn fry, we had fish fry, we had all of these.
Wow.
The usual things that you get in
the
shop. So so again, there are a few restaurants in Goa that serve Kerala food, but nothing like this. And so that's kind of the idea why we also wanted to give people a way to keep those memories of their travels to like, imagine if you've gone to Kerala, you've come back to Goa, now you're really hankering for some Kerala food, but it's just not available, or it's not the same, it doesn't taste the same. So the idea was how can we keep those memories of those travels alive?
Yeah.
And it's by keeping the recipes alive, by keeping the cuisine as authentic as possible, and not trying to, change it just because you're in Goa. It's like you're eating Kerala food, it should taste like Kerala food. And it's the same with the Sri Lankan food. We've done an Indonesian night, which is based on some of our experiences traveling to Indonesia as well. Again, trying to keep as authentic to the Indonesian recipes as possible. We have also done a very American sort of barbecue night where we had
steak and burgers?
Ribs and burgers and all of that stuff.
Wow.
So as authentic as possible with the experience.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the whole idea with the Rome Supper Club.
Thank you. Andrea, you must tell me, we spoke about the People Connect. Tell us about the magic of People Connect.
Yeah, so I think the Supper Club is
half about the food and half about the people, really. It's a really nice way to get to know people in the community and beyond. And I think one of the things that we felt when we moved here and we built our home was there was a little bit of isolation setting in. You know, you tend to sort of get into your own little bubble and you don't really get out as much as you should and meet people, mostly because you're not happy with the kind of food available in restaurants. Everything tastes the same. I guess there's not as much to do here as there would be in the city. So and if you work from home, you tend to sort of get a bit locked in. But I think the supper club has been a great way to open the doors of our home to other people and talk about, you know, building sustainably, something that we are very passionate about and want to encourage more people to do. And we've been able to attract a very nice crowd, and the conversations and the friendships that have developed as a result of this have been really a bonus, I think. So I would say it is very much about the food, but it is just as much about the people. So you might meet a stranger, and in about 3 supper clubs they are friends.
Yeah.
So that's happened with us, and we hope that it can happen with other guests as well.
Yeah. And I think there's people and food and people also. Food, people and places go together.
Yes.
That's a magic formula.
Food, I think it just brings people together.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, and it's a way of sharing your stories, a way of sharing a bit of your history, a bit of your childhood, some of your nostalgia, and that's all we are actually. We just we keep talking about how we are all just memories, right?
Yeah.
Because when we're dead and gone, someone will remember us, and what do you remember these people for?
Yeah.
Right, and they're all just memories that you create. So, and I think that's kind of part of the idea of this was also to help people make new friends, but also create new memories, and those memories hopefully will stick around with you the whole time that you're here. So, and food is just that. It's like the glue,
the bond.
Yeah, that's it. It's like everyone's coming together.
Like I told you about the 2 Sri Lankan trips I have made.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone has like some story that they have that somehow connects to the food.
So Rohit, you're talking about shared memories, no?
Yeah, shared memories, exactly. And even with the Indonesian one, we had one of the ladies who was actually learning Bahasa because she was going to go to Sri Lanka. I was going to move to Indonesia in a few years, and so she was talking about how the journey for her as well, learning the words, learning the things, the different names of the foods, right? So everyone has a story. Everyone has a story that they can connect with that food, right? Sometimes it's something that you try it for the first time and you're like, oh wow, this reminds me of something that I ate in some place when I was a kid, right? So that becomes a story, and that's a way for you to connect this memory to the new memory that you've made. So we've always played with this idea, and Rome Supper Club, I suppose, is just
I think it's been many years
manifestation of that.
in the making. We both love traveling, and we've traveled to almost 40 countries, I think, together.
Wow.
Together and separately. And the thing is, whenever we travel, we just come back with ingredients. You know, we don't buy anything. It's really a fridge magnet and ingredients. And we thought it would be a really nice idea to open that up to people, to other travelers, explorers, adventurers, foodies, and get together around the table and just share our passion for food and meet new people. And I think that was the point of it. And we thought, this year we should get it off the ground.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So more power to the Rome Supper Club.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.